Have you ever paused for a moment and pictured the most luxurious life you could possibly imagine? I'm not just talking about designer clothes, private jets, or expensive perfumes, though those are certainly part of the vision. I'm talking about waking up with peace, moving through your day with grace, having complete control over your time, and living with a sense of freedom that isn't tied to your bank account alone. If you've ever dreamed of living a life of ease, elegance, and abundance, this video is for you. Because today I'm taking you inside the luxury lifestyle I manifest every single day. Not just what it looks like, but how I mentally, spiritually, and physically align with that reality before it even fully arrives. This is the behind the scenes of a life built not just by effort, but by intention. A life designed with vision, faith, and manifestation as its foundation. Let me be honest, this wasn't always my life. There was a time when luxury felt out of reach. I was stuck in survival mode, going through routines that drained me, constantly focused on what I didn't have. I scrolled through social media and saw people traveling the world, dressing like royalty, sipping wine in Santorini, and I thought, that life is for them, not for me. But something inside me refused to believe that. Deep down, I knew I was meant for more. I knew I was born to live beautifully. That was the beginning of my transformation. The first step was rewriting the story I told myself. I stopped saying, I can't afford this, or that's not for people like me. And I started saying, everything I desire is already on its way to me. That shift, though small, was the seed of something bigger. Manifestation is not just about wishing or waiting. It's about aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the future you desire. I began to approach each day as if I was already living in that reality. I asked myself, how would the wealthy, soft, elevated version of me wake up? And then I did that. Even when I was still living in a tiny apartment, even when I didn't have the designer wardrobe, I chose to carry myself like I did. I lit candles in the morning, played jazz or soft piano while I got ready, practiced my skincare routine like I was preparing for a Vogue shoot. I chose elegance in the little things because I knew the big things were coming. One of the most powerful tools I used was visualization. Every single morning, I would take 5 minutes to close my eyes and see my dream life in detail. I would imagine stepping into my marble bathroom, sipping espresso on a private balcony in Paris, signing brand deals from my penthouse, and giving back generously. I saw the colors, felt the text. But let's get this clear. Manifestation is not magic. It's not passive. It's a partnership between your vision and your action. While I was aligning spiritually, I was also building practically. I studied money. I launched businesses. I took risks. I invested in myself. I shifted my circle. I started saying yes to things that scared me and no to things that drained me. Luxury, I've learned, is not just what you own, it's what you allow. I stopped chasing validation and started attracting aligned opportunities. When I made space in my life for the things I really wanted, the universe responded. Now let me walk you through a day in this lifestyle I've manifested and continue to manifest. I don't set alarms anymore unless absolutely necessary. I wake up when my body's rested, not when the world demands it. My morning is sacred. I hydrate, pray, and give thanks. I review of what's already mine in the spiritual realm. I dress in a way that reflects how I want to feel. Even if I'm not leaving the house, I wear fabrics that feel luxurious, colors that elevate my energy, and accessories that speak abundance. Breakfast is slow, not rushed. I eat with presence. I sit by the window or on the balcony, and I enjoy it. I might journal afterward or read something that feeds my mind. Then I get into my work, content creation, brand planning, or managing my income streams. I don't hustle, I flow. I've learned to work from alignment, not anxiety. That means taking breaks when needed, checking in with my energy, and moving with intention. I don't say yes to every email or every collaboration. I only accept what aligns with my vision of elegance and freedom. Throughout the day, I remind myself, this is the lifestyle I asked for. even in the small, quiet moments. I light incense, I play my favorite music, I keep my space clean and beautiful. I don't wait for a mansion to treat my home like a sanctuary. I design my environment to reflect the energy I want to live in. Because when your outer world mirrors your inner belief, you become unstoppable. Luxury is also rest, and that's something I had to learn. I used to feel guilty about slowing down. Now, I understand it's a luxury to protect my peace. So I rest. I nap if I need to. I meditate when I feel overwhelmed. I go offline when the noise becomes too loud. I read, I walk, I breathe deeply. Sometimes luxury is not in the doing, it's in the being. And when you can be still and feel fulfilled, you've truly tapped into abundance. Another major aspect of this lifestyle is financial freedom. I no longer fear money. I no longer feel unworthy of receiving. I see money as a tool, not a ruler. I used to think money made people greedy or distant, but I've learned that money simply reveals who you really are. And when you're aligned, money becomes a blessing you use wisely. I give, I tithe, I invest. I splurge sometimes, but never out of lack. Always out of joy, always out of overflow. And yes, I indulge. I book massages, I travel. I wear fragrance even when I'm alone. I journal in leather notebooks. I sit in cafes and order what I want without checking the price. These are the little luxuries that train my mind to believe, this is normal, this is what I deserve. And I share this not to brag, but to inspire you to realize you don't have to wait until someday to start living beautifully. Start now, with what you have, with how you speak to yourself, with what you choose to believe. This lifestyle I manifest every day didn't come from luck. It came from vision. It came from deciding I was worthy of more and backing that decision with energy, action, and faith. And I still manifest daily. I still dream bigger. I still visualize the future version of me, and I align with her more and more every day. Because manifestation is not a destination, it's a lifestyle. So if you're still watching and you've made it this far, I want you to remember, luxury is your birthright, not just in material things, but in how you live, how you feel, and how you see yourself. You were not created to live small. You were created to thrive. So start showing up like the version of you who already has it. Dress like them, speak like them, walk like them, and trust. What you're seeking is seeking you too. Thank you for watching and stepping into this frequency with me. If this video inspired you, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, I receive my luxury lifestyle below to claim this energy. And remember, you don't need permission to live your dream life. You only need belief.